system of the Buddhist monks. Okay, after that, let us talk about the polity and the administration. Now, the polity and the administration was majorly decentralized kind of polity. Okay, it was majorly a decentralized kind of polity. This is most important point to be noted. So as you will see, once your polity is decentralized, it would be into the three-tier structure. And in fact, this was also the reason behind the decline of Satavahanas. Why? Because the power didn't remain centralized. Okay, it was completely decentralized. Secondly, many of the religions resided in a single region. Okay, so here you will see that the aharas, okay, ahara is a division, okay, division of a particular area. Okay, it is a subdivision of the kingdom into the district. So these were the districts. These were the districts. Okay, and these districts were headed by the amatyas. These were headed by Amatyas. Now, if you see during the Mauryans or the post-Mauryans, who were Amatyas? Amatyas were the ministers, right? But here they would be head of the division. Okay, so do not get confused in the word. Okay, so Amatyas during Chalukyas were the head of the districts. Okay, not the head of a total council. Okay, after that the Rashtras. So the Rashtras, they had the head known as Maharashtrakitas, the second division. After that, the smallest division was the Grama. Okay, and the head of the Grama was Gramini or the Gramika. Okay, Gaulmika was also a word being used for representing the head of the village. Okay, so here the military, he was also the head of the military regiment. Okay, 9 chariots, 9 elephants, 25 horses, and 45 foot soldiers. So whenever a person used to have such a huge wealth, he was being considered as the Gramika. Okay, this was the smallest or the lowest level of administration at the Grama level, that is at a village level. Okay, this is at village level, this is at block level, and this is at district level. Is that fine? Now, when we talk about the central power, we have Senapati, who is heading the military. Okay, now below the Senapati, there would be also having the military heads, but the major one is the Senapati, who would be working directly under the orders of the king. Okay, so Senapati is a provincial governor in the military department. Okay, after that, the feudal system is being carried out. Okay, in the Satavahanas, like if you see, the Satavahanas were majorly the Brahmin people, right? The priestly classes or the clergy system was being followed during the Satavahanas. So here you will see that there were 3 grades of the feudatories. Okay, first is Raja, okay, who had the right to strike the coins. Okay, after that the Mahabhoja, okay, who used to be the main advisor or the main follower of the king, working king. And after that it was the Senapati, okay, the provincial governor who used to head the military also, and who used to discuss and participate in many of the policies of administration also. Okay, so Senapati was the major hero during the administration of Satavahanas. So you will see that this only Senapatis and this only feudatories would be the reason, again they would be forming their own independent states, and this is also the reason behind the decline of Satvahana dynasty. Okay, after this, when we talk about the religion, so of course we see that the Satvahanas followed the Brahminical philosophies. Okay, but here we will also see that they were the staunch believer of the Vishnu gods, okay, Vishnu. So we can say that they were Vaishnavites, okay, such as Krishna, Vasudeva, you will find in many of the sculptures, like just now what we saw. Beyond that, we'll see that the Ashwamedha Yagya was being practiced, okay, Ashwamedha Yagya and Vajpayee Yagya, okay. Ashwamedha Yagya and Vajpayee Yagya was also being carried out by this Satvahanas. Beyond that, there were presence of Varna system in the society, like Brahmin, Kshatriya, Vaishya and Shudra. Okay, and here you will see that due to the flourishing of the trade, all this Varna system was being similarly carried out, which while we were studying about the north region. So similarly, the Varna system was present in the Deccan region also. Okay. Now, of course, this society was matrilinear, but not completely matrilinear. Why? Because if we see the names of some of the kings, okay, names of some of the kings, you will see that there were Gautami Putra Satkarni, like for example. So name were being from mother, okay. The name were being derived from the mother of that king, okay. But who used to sit on the throne? Okay, it was not the daughter. There were only sons who used to sit on the throne. And that is why we say that the Sattvahanas is not totally matrilinear or matriarchal, okay. It is a mixture of matriarchal and patriarchal, and that is why we'll see that the status of woman would be also quite good during the Satvahana reign, okay. For example, the women were being included in the administrative decisions, women were included in the court system, women were also the major poets during this period, okay. So here you will see the land grant system was also majorly affected through the Varna system. Okay. After that, you will see the merchants were generally named through their towns. Like for example, if a trader came from Python, okay, he was being called as a Pythonkar. Okay. If a trader came from, Nagpur, okay, so Nagpurkar, okay, in that way. So the trader had been given the title from their place of residence, the native residence. Okay, so in today's date also, when you visit Maharashtra or Karnataka or the present day Andhra Pradesh, you will see the titles or the surnames are majorly driven today also from the place where they belong to. Okay. After that, let us talk about the economy and the revenue of the Satvahanas. Okay, so majorly if we see, they had the trade relations with the Roman people, so they would be making the progress in the trade activities. Okay, and the merchants were being called as a Seth, okay, or the Sethi. Okay, so today also in Gujarat region, if we visit, all these traders, all these vyaparis are being called as a Seth. Okay, so it is a title being given to the traders, which started from the Satvahana dynasty. Okay, so the Ptolemy, okay, the Ptolemy, who is Ptolemy? He is a Roman, he is a Roman traveler. Okay, so he mentions many ports of the Deccan, especially the western port of Kalyani, western port of Kalyani, present day Kalyan, which is near the Mumbai region. Okay, after that, he also talks about the eastern port, that is Ganjam. Okay, Ganjam. Just remember the name of the foreign traveler or the Roman traveler. Okay, now he talks about the Pratisthana, or that is Python, and the Tagara. Okay, Tagara, Python and Tagara. He talks about Python and Tagara. Now, these were the cities, port cities and the internal cities where major of the traders used to come and reside in this city. And he talks about the influence of this foreign traders on this local markets. Okay, so beyond that he also talks about the imports and the exports which were being done during this time. So what were the imports? The Satavahanas used to import the clothes from the Roman people. They used to import the wine from the Roman people. After that, the glass and the sweet clover. Okay, sweet clover. Sweet clover. Okay, now beyond that, due to all this trade relations, we'll see that the coinage system evolved. Okay, and these coins were not only of a single metal, but they were the mixture of the metals. So silver, lead, copper, tin, okay, bronze, all these coins were being used during the Satavahanas. In fact, if you will see, the trade was such a good